let's get on to once again. This can be a fun segment, but this past week, this was ugly. This is the worst week we've had as a collective unit this year. Right, so just know it's never going to get worse than this. Like this is as bad as it's ever going to get. I promise you that it will never get worse than what it was in week 6. All right, because in week 6 we went 3-6 as a whole. Okay, we give y'all 3 picks each every single week. We went 3-6. All right, each of us went 1-2. Rell, you are now 13-5 on the season, which is still good. But the 1-2 came from Stephon Diggs missing his yards, right? He had a big catch get called back that could have got your prop right there. Josh Jacobs got his, and then the Eagles lost to the Giants, which none of us saw coming, right? So 1-2, but 13-5 on the year, so you straight. Me and Jared, we both sitting at 9-9. Once again, as long as we can say 500 and above, you can't really say nothing about us for real, right? So even after a terrible week, we still at 500. Jared went 1-2 as well. Justin Fields didn't even get half of what he needed to get the passing yards, right? Jincy, Ashton Jincy, he didn't hit. He missed by point 0.5, I believe. Right,
Yes.
0.5. He missed by 0.5, and then the Bucks got the W against the 49ers. So 1-2, but 9-9 the year. Then me also on 1-2, 9-9 the season. Saquon didn't get his yards, so they went down 17 points. So they had to stop running the ball, had to start throwing the ball. Saquon really was out of the game plan by the end of the third quarter, right? And then Ted McMillan, crazy work. He probably had the best game of the year, but did not get his yards. He had 2 touchdowns, but did not get his receiving yards against that bad Cowboys defense. So, I mean, he had a good day. I just picked the wrong prop, clearly. And then the Chargers did get the W against the Miami Dolphins, all right? So, week 7, guys, look, 3-6, it's never going to get worse than that. I can guarantee you that, all right? So, week 7, let's get it. Rell, start us off right. What you got?
Yes, sir. Hey, I'm telling y'all, we're going 9-0 this week. We did a whole bunch of homework behind all this, okay? All right, so we're going with Roma Dunze over 66.5 receiving yards versus the Saints. The Saints have the worst secondary in the NFL. I see it week in and week out. Number one receivers just carve us up. Last week was just a field day. Every week is just a field day for opposing offenses. They just love throwing the ball all over us. And Roma Dunze should have had 150 yards this past Monday. Caleb Williams overthrew him. I mean, he underthrew him one play. He missed him in the end zone. And then on top of that, another one got called back. So I'm telling you, Roma Dunze is going to have a huge game this week. Then moving on to Denver versus the Giants. I'm going Jackson Dart under 42.5 rushing yards. That boy Jackson Dart been going off. He's been running over everybody. All 3 of his starts he's been running the ball very, very good. He's been over 43 yards. This week, they're going against Denver, who I think is the best defense in the league. Vance Joseph, he makes rookie QBs look terrible. Go back earlier in the year when he went against Cam Ward. Go back to last year when he played Michael Penix. Go back to last year when he played Justin Fields. Like, he knows how to play really, really good against his QBs. And then the rushing QBs he went against this year, Daniel Jones, he's at 6 yards. Jalen Hurts, when he went against him, he had 5 rushing yards. So he knows how to contain these QBs. And I know for a fact Jackson Dart is not about to run all over this Denver Broncos offense. So y'all go ahead and smash that under. Then moving on to my player prop, I'm going right back to Denver. Denver versus the Giants. This Denver team is really, really good. They didn't start off as hot as I wanted them to. I want to say they started off like 1-2, but this Denver team is back and their offense is back. I think they're going to make Jackson Dart's life really, really hard. Vance Joseph just knows how to play really good against rookie quarterbacks. Go and look at his track record. The Denver Broncos are going to make this a really, really hard game for this Giants team. And this Giants team is going to have to come to Denver where they got to come to a high altitude. They got to make sure they got their stamina right. And I just don't think they're going to have it right. So y'all go ahead and smash the Broncos. And that's how you go 3-0. Now let's talk to Jerrick, see how we go 6-0 in the week.
All right, I like it. I like it. Let's get it, Jared.
All right. So first player prop for this week, I have DK Metcalf over 59.5 receiving yards. DK Metcalf, if you watch the Steelers games, he's been getting it going lately. The past 2 games, he had 126 yards versus the Minnesota Vikings, and he had 95 yards against the Cleveland Browns. Aaron Rodgers is really starting to take advantage of the fact that he is the guy on the team. He's the guy that we have. We saw it in the first game. He had 83 yards, but the next 2 games, not so much. But ever since then, Aaron Rodgers and Arthur Smith have made sure to make it a point to get the ball to DK Metcalf. And then on top of that, they're going against the Cincinnati Bengals, who we know terrible defense, terrible secondary. So look for Aaron Rodgers and to make that connection to DK Metcalf for over 59.5 receiving yards. Because we're being honest, DK Metcalf can take a 10-yard in route and take it 60 yards. Like he moves crazy on the field. So we're going to take DK Metcalf over 59.5 receiving yards. And then our second one, we're going to take Drake May over 227 passing yards. Drake May, he's playing phenomenal this year. He honestly is. Last game, he's come off a 261 passing yard game, and then the week before that, 273 yards. He only hasn't hit this prop one time this year. That was going against Carolina, which became a blowout game. So they didn't even have to throw the ball anymore. They just started running the football. So, but other than that, he has 230 yards, 268 passing yards, 203, 273, and 261. I still feel like this is a low prop for Drake May because of how great he's been playing lately. So definitely take a chance and take benefit from them still having the line so low. So we're going to take Drake May over 227.5 passing yards. And then for our money line, we're going to go right back to Drake May. We're going to go with the Patriots beating the Tennessee Titans. That's also a reason why we're taking the Drake May prop. Tennessee Titans, they're just a bad team. They have a bad defense. And overall, they're a bad team. So the Patriots are going to beat them. So we have DK Metcalf over 59.5 receiving yards, Drake May over 227.5 passing yards, and then the Patriots money line over the Tennessee Titans.
I like it. But real quick, question on DK Metcalf: how high would you go with his yards? Like, where does it have to get to if he'd be like, don't take it?
I think in that 70s range.
Okay, all right, cool. Just asking because the number just went up on Prize Picks to 64.5. All right,
No,
so
still take it. Still take it. I'd say when we get to like 75 and then approaching 80, that's when I'd like be shy of it. But 64, I'd definitely still take that.
All right, I like it. All right, let's go. Let's keep it going, man. 9-0, 9-0. All right, so mind you, both of my props literally today shot up. All right, so it's not what it was, but I still like him. Okay, so Quinshawn Judkins earlier today, he was at like 78.5, 77. He is now at 84.5. All right, so Quinshawn Judkins, let's go over 84.5 rushing yards. He's going against the Dolphins, right? This Dolphins run defense has been abysmal this year. Okay, these are the last four opponents that they've gone. These are the last four running backs, sorry, to go against this run defense. All right, Kamani Vidal. I might be saying his name wrong. Kamani Vidal, whatever his name is, backup running back for the Chargers, had 18 carries for 124. All right, the week before that, Rico Dowdle had 23 carries for 206. Okay, the week before that, Brees Hall had 14 carries for 81 yards, but mind you, the Jets were trailing. So they had to stop running the ball. They had to start throwing the ball. So he had 81 yards even in negative game script. And then the week before that, James Cook had 19 carries for 106 yards. Three of the last running backs to go against this team has had over 100 yards. One of them had over 200. And mind you, I didn't say JT. I didn't say Kyron Williams. I didn't say Derrick Henry, Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley. I didn't say none of the elite running backs. I said Kamani Vidal, whatever his name is, once again, sorry for mispronouncing it, Rico Dowdle, who's a backup, James Cook, he's solid, right? And then Brees Hall. So like it doesn't take an elite running back to have a great day on this Russian defense. Mind you, Kevin Stefanski loves to run the ball. Dylan Gabriel, to me, he hasn't looked terrible, but he needs a run game to look good, right? So they definitely want to get the run game going. And then also Miami can't stop the run. Plus, Judkins probably get about 15 plus carries. He's definitely going to get it. So smash that over 84.5 rushing yards. All right, next up, Baker Mayfield. Once again, this went up. All right, I had him over 31.5 passing attempts. It went to 33, but I still like it, okay? Going against the Lions. The Lions just came off of a bad loss against the Chiefs, right? I know the Lions are mad. You know how Dan Campbell coach, right? They want to come out and try to embarrass the Bucs after what just happened on Sunday night, right? So I'm expecting them to put up a lot of points against this Bucs defense that's pretty average, not really great, which means Baker got to put the ball in the air. Now, mind you, I know Igbuka is probably going to miss the game, maybe. Mike Evans might not make the game. Chris Godwin probably not going to play. Like, he might be missing his best 3 targets, but they still got to put the ball in the air, and I believe that he can get these 33 passing attempts. Mind you, Baker has hit this in every single game but 2 games against the Jets, right? And then against the last week against the 49ers, defense was depleted. They didn't have to throw the ball that much, right? So I do love this negative game script. Plus, the Lions run defense, top 11 in yards allowed per game. So you're not going to be able to run the ball. You got to throw the ball. Baker playing at an MVP level. Hey, put the team on your back like you've been doing. Throw the ball 33 times for me, please. All right? And then my money line for the week, we're going with the Philly Eagles, man. Look, the Eagles, they lost by 17 to the Giants. I get it. Okay. Was it ugly? Yes. But we got to remember, they've had 10 days to rest. They've had 10 days to talk about it, 10 days to kind of, kumbaya, let's get this thing together. All right, Kevin Patullo, offensive coordinator, came out yesterday and said, "Look, we had a productive meeting." Now, AJ Brown might come out and say, "No, they didn't," but
AJ Brown wasn't there.
look, we're gonna go with what Kevin Patullo said. All right, mind you, the Vikings. Okay, this is a team that I just don't have that much faith in. I had them on the fraud alert tier on my tiers. All right, because the teams they beat, the Bears week 1, the Bears gave that game away. Let's just be honest, right? And then the next time they won with the Bengals, Joe Burrow was hurt. All right, and then the game after that, they beat the Browns in week 5 when they had to get a last second touchdown against Dylan Gabriel in his first start. Okay, so this team is not the bad teams they play. They're like barely beating them. Yes, they blew out the Bengals, but the Browns, they struggled, and then the Bears gave them that game. So, mind you, Landon Dickerson, Quinyon Mitchell, and Jalen Carter return to practice this week. Okay, so they're getting healthy. They're going to be just fine. This is the perfect game to bounce back. And that's how you go 9-0 when it comes to our week 7 bets. All right. But also remember, you can join my Discord for only $10. All right. $10 will get you in. You can get a year's worth of money lines, player props, parlays. All right. So if you want to, hit me up in the comments below, and I'll be sending you the link to get into my Discord. All right.
They finna like and sub and leave a comment down below. Yeah.